Hey everyone, this is Cindy and I just wanted to show you this latest junk journal I've made. It is a sewing themed junk journal. It's a larger book. It measures 6 3/4 by 10 1/4 and it has a 1 inch spine that I have covered with some lace. And I just put this little emblem on the front. It has 3 signatures and I don't remember how many pages. I will find out and put it in the description box. And let's see, put some scrapbook paper to cover the spine, and I reinforced the spine with some cardboard. You can kind of see it there. And I just made a little library pocket and just moved it over a little bit so you can still see that emblem. And it's just got this little journaling card in there and a little cluster there with buttons. Each signature is made out of this heavier craft paper cardstock, and I put lace on them. And here's a tuck made out of just some scrapbooking paper, got some washi tape, and this is from the title page of this book. And I just put some lined paper on the back. This is a page from another book in this series, and this book was 1966. I'm not sure if I mentioned that or not, but anyway, I had 3 books, and I'm sure there's more than 3. Like here's one of them, but I just happen to have 3, and one of them had pages with like yellow illustrations, so I just combined, you know, the yellow and the green. This is a page that was, my daughter was in 4-H, and a competition they had was to identify different sewing notions. So this is just a page from that, and then on the back of it, I melted some actual, you know, sewing tissue paper on it with using a method that Gail Augustinelli had shown how to do with some saran wrap or plastic wrap between the paper and the tissue. So you'll see several of those pages throughout here. This is the book page from that other book in this series, and these pages are really thick, very thick. And then I just put some lace on it. Here's a sewing instruction page, some scrapbook paper. And this is just a sewing pattern that I made into a tuck. It's just the envelope. And then I just made a little journaling card. And then just did some collage work and just made a little booklet with some scrap papers in it. And just put in here. It's another one of those sheets of paper from the 4-H club with the tissue on the back. Some music paper and coffee dye paper. And here's a pocket with this journaling card. And this is just from a package of Rick Rack. I just use it as the closure, and then there's just a collage tag in here. And this is wallpaper border that it was a sticky kind. It's on the roll that's sticky. I just stuck it to some white cardstock and just trimmed it out and made a page out of it. Here's the book page with some lace, and it's in the center of the signature, and I just tied some buttons onto the signature strings. Back side of the signature, I made a tuck out of a collage, and this thing in the center is from some seam binding that we know is old because it's 25 cents. This is a tag made out of a page from a shorthand book and just some blank paper and some washi. Coffee dyed paper, there's the music paper. This banner just comes off and it's just decorated with the collage. And on the back is just blank paper so that you can have a little hidden journaling spot. This is a pocket made out of wallpaper with a little bit of lace glued on it and just a couple of collage journaling cards. Pocket made out of book paper and with a little cluster with some buttons on it and some tissue from sewing pattern, and then this is some green velvet ribbon and just a little booklet made out of instruction sheet from a pattern and some blank paper. All right, second signature, it's got the same craft cardstock with lace. Here's a side pocket with a little bit of ribbon on it and just some scrapbook paper and another collage journaling card. And this is from some vintage braid. It's another one of those 4-H pages. This is the page from the book. Here's a belly band, and this is a journaling card I printed from Graphics Fairy. Another instruction book from the pattern. This is a thin piece of scrapbook paper, and I just put this envelope. I made the envelope, just different, you know, things decorated on it, and then I put this closure on it. And since it has a closure, and that doesn't want to close, it catches on that little, where the two pieces come together. There we go. And since it is closing, you can't lap it over the page, so I just used a paper clip. Music paper, copy dyed paper. It's a pocket made out of book page and some washi tape and just a page from the books. It's that wallpaper again. Book page with lace. It's the center of the signature. It's got buttons. And here's a pocket that's made out of book pages, and it's just got a whole bunch of different pockets. And this is just a little cluster of different items. I made a teeny tiny little booklet out of a picture from the book. That's just from the book, and I backed it on some blank paper. It's just a little tag. This is a Project Life card. And this is just a strip of scrapbook paper. All right. Pocket made out of wallpaper border with some lace. Project Life card. Another tag made out of that shorthand book with some washi. And just a cluster made out of different objects. Most of the signatures have the same sort of papers. And this is just a pocket made out of scrapbook paper with a little bit of ribbon gathered on there. This is a large index card. I just folded like a booklet, and these are two pictures from the book. So the next signature, it's got this little journaling envelope. I have a picture of an old sewing machine that's from the Graphics Fairy. This folds up, and you got a place to journal here and a place to journal there, and it just ties back up just to keep it out of the, keep it from flapping open. And I left the ribbon long enough, so hopefully it's not a trouble to tie it. Some more of the 4H paper with a tissue on it, book page with lace, pattern page. Here is a piece of scrapbook paper with a pocket made out of some tissue paper that's just been melted onto the cardstock, and button cluster, another banner with writing room on the back. And this journaling card is just made out of a piece of paper from the end page of the book, with just some of these, the packaging from some seam binding, and lined paper has been put on the back, a little bit of lace in the corner. The 4H paper with the tissue melted onto it. On this, most of these music paper, it's got where the student had written in what those notes were. So there's a lot of handwriting on these. Copy dyed paper, the wallpaper. This got a little corner pocket made out of book page with a little bit of cluster on it, and that's just a piece of scrapbook paper with fancy edge cut, and another tag made out of that shorthand book with some washi and some fabric for a little topper. Here's some lace on this book page. Two more buttons for the center. Here's a pocket made out of some packaging for rickrack, and we know it's old because it cost 15 cents. Now it's like $2 or $3. Another booklet made out of book page with some blank pages in it and just some collaging on it. Copy dyed paper, the music paper, 4H paper. Here's a lace tuck, not tuck, flip. And another pocket made out of that wallpaper border, and just a journaling card made out of a page of collaging. And on the back we have a pocket made out of some collaging stuff, got some lace on it. And then this is just a journaling card made out of scrapbook paper and some a topper for a package of buttons. So anyway, this is going to go in my Etsy shop, and you know, I think I'm going to get something to close it with. I had some old piping or something I'll wrap around it and tie it with. So I should have had that done already, but you'll see it if you go to the Etsy shop. It's Books by Burke, and if you're interested, please go check it out. So thank you for watching. Bye.